So Group B of the Africa Cup of Nations, as we continue to look at every single group of the 2023 AFCON edition, has Egypt, who have won the competition more than any other side, Ghana, who have probably won it the least amount of times as expected, because the amount of times Ghana have got far, even to finals, and not won it is ridiculous. They just cannot get over the line. Cape Verde and Mozambique as well. It's been a while since we had Mozambique at an Africa Cup of Nations. They'll be wanting to make sure they're not here just for a quick holiday in the depths of Abidjan. So let's talk about these fixtures. Of course, the big clash here is Egypt against Ghana. I remember years ago, a World Cup qualifier. It was an absolute pasting, 6-1. But it's been nearly, can you believe, 10 years since that game. So things are very, very different now. And I expect Egypt and Ghana to both comfortably come in those top two positions. However, I still got a soft spot for Egypt. Egypt are very good at set pieces, and you saw that in the Algeria friendly. They made Algeria look like the team that had the 10 men. But even prior to that game, I've been singing the praises of the Egyptian side. They are going to go under the radar. They're going to go deep into this tournament whilst no one expects them to, which might work well and in their favour. But the disrespect that people still continue to not see Egypt as a top nation despite their heritage and how many AFCONs they've won. And remember, they just lost the final. In fact, they've lost 2 of the last 3 finals. So 2 of the last 3 finals, they've got there. Salah's been to 2 finals at AFCON with Egypt. So no reason why they can't get to a third. I'm going to go Egypt to win Group B, with Ghana coming in the second position. I don't know what's happening with Ghana. They had the complete hoo-ha. It just went completely bananas when they had the last Africa Cup of Nations and came last and didn't even make it to the last 16. Quite similar to Algeria's campaign of that Cameroon edition, to be honest. But they lost to bloody Comoros. With respect to the Comoros Islands, Ghana, don't tell me they had 10 men. There is zero excuse for Ghana to lose to Comoros. They pulled it together. Very lucky in their World Cup qualifying. I'm not talking about going to the World Cup against Nigeria in the playoffs without winning a single game. They literally drew the playoffs twice. They drew both games and went through. Algeria won more World Cup qualifying games than Ghana, and Ghana went and we didn't. Before that, when we had the group stage situation, Ghana should have been out. South Africa got absolutely robbed. I'm telling you, there was a ghost penalty decision that went Ghana's way to put them through against South Africa. I'm not saying Ghana are a bad side, don't start hating. I'm saying they've been very fortunate to get to that World Cup. And ultimately, you saw what happened at the World Cup. They had very little impact. In fact, Ghana celebrated the World Cup performance just because they stopped Uruguay going through, which is a little bit weird. Anyway, Ghana to come second. The irony is, I think Ghana have such a good team with so many good players. They're just not performing at international level. These Ayew brothers, Jordan and Andre Ayew, no matter how senior or how many captain appearances they've had, they've got to go. It has to go, blood. The Ayew brothers have to go. Build the team around the likes of Kudus at West Ham. Such a young talent, such a vibrant, exciting footballer. I'm not going to see much of him because the Ayew brothers are going to hog the situation. Inaki Williams has even scored for Ghana yet. Play Kudus, play Inaki. Get Hudson-Odoi to play on that wing. I'm sure they've got to go and get Hudson-Odoi. Tariq Lamptey, what a fullback. Partey in the midfield. Amati at the back. I know the keeper situation isn't great. It's actually annoying me how good their team is, but they don't perform. Now, I love Ghana, and we all know what they did many years ago at the World Cup in South Africa. But on the African scene, listen, the fact they will get out of the group this time, so they've already had an improvement on AFCON 21, but surely can't be a bad ending again. So Ghana in second, and I think Egypt might even beat Ghana in match day 2. And then it's between Mozambique and Cape Verde for the final position. Now, we saw Cape Verde against Algeria with a new goalkeeper, Bruno Varela. Prior to that, Cape Verde had a very good qualifying campaign, went toe-to-toe with Burkina Faso until match day 6 have come top, and drew to Morocco 0-0 at the back of their World Cup semi-final. But they were awful. They were completely shocking. They had their pants pulled down in Constantine. I think Mozambique are going to come with a vengeance. They're not just here to make up the numbers. They're here to have a real imprint on this tournament. Their first AFCON in a while. Mozambique are going to come third, and Cape Verde are going to come bottom, even though they got to the last 16 last time out. So Egypt 1, Ghana 2, Mozambique. We've got some good players. They've got a defender at Atletico Madrid. I'm sure they've got some more talented players they'll get from the Portuguese-based backgrounds as well, as will Cape Verde. But I think Cape Verde are going to come in 4th place behind Mozambique. So that's my prediction for AFCON Group B. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Egypt's got a good team. Like, I still am going to go and put my neck on the line and say that El Shaarawy is the best goalie on the continent. They've got Abdul Manem, they've got Neni. I just think Salah and Marmoush and Zizou, they've got good players, man. Listen, I'm telling you now, if you're sleeping on Egypt, you're an idiot. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you next time.